has this week been like for you, and an extension for your team also?
This little bit of a surreal experience. I mean, we went through COVID breaks, so there's some familiarity from those breaks and understanding that there's things much greater than you, much greater than our team or the Buffalo Sabres, hockey, and this was one of them. Was one of those in several days in a row where you listen to the news, you see the storm. I was here, and you realize, okay, there's this is life and death situation for many, and you're grateful you're not in that. I was fortunate to maintain power except for just a little bit. But it was, and you have time to reflect on what I'm saying. So very mindful that there was a lot of people that didn't come out this unscathed, and our thoughts and prayers are with those that weren't so fortunate in this, and thoughts and prayers are with them moving forward, definitely. So, and then, now we move to hockey tonight. I think sports is a big part of our culture, a big part of our communities, and I know our guys are very, very proud to be Buffalo Sabres, and they'll be very proud to step on that ice tonight for more than just themselves. And I think that's the greatest thing about being in Buffalo, working for the Sabres, being part of the Sabres. You really do feel like you feel connected with the history that this team has brought to the community. As I mentioned on RJ nights last year, to experience that was amazing. And the passion in this community for the community itself through the sports teams, through the Sabres, through the Bills. You feel that. And that's everything that to somebody that loves the sport they're in. For me as a coach, I love coaching. I love being in hockey. So to go into a community that loves your sport, to be able to get attached to the community through that is really an incredible experience. And that all wound up in the last few days. You wind all that together, and you watch that snow and storm come in, and you go through it, and you're even more proud to be part of Buffalo and be in Buffalo as you go through that. So I'm looking forward to getting back on track tonight. I know the guys are very, very excited for that. We haven't had we haven't had practice and practice time. This morning was the first time we get all the guys on the ice together, and they look like the energy and adrenaline in them. I think is going to compensate, for maybe a lack of practice.
Does it feel like it's going to be an even more odd December 27th kind of game? That first game off the break, you never totally know what you're going to have, and now you really don't know, having not played the game.
It's very interesting. Correct. You don't know what you're going to have off long breaks, but I just get a feeling being around our guys and tying in what I just said. Our guys, I think it's a moment like this as a coach. I've coached thousands of games, and this would be an unknown situation. But what's unique to me in all those games I've coached, there is some known here that would be unknown in all those other situations, and that is, again, the deep sense of pride in being a Sabre right now by those guys in that room. They have embraced the challenge of our organization since I've been here over the last couple of years, with pride that we're going to do this. We're going to turn this thing. We're going to get this thing going where it needs to go. We're going to make people proud of this organization and what we do. So I think this whole thing now, Mike, the one known is, I know it's rallied our guys because they do feel part of the community. We've got lots of guys that were here, lost power, and went through it. And the guys that I talked to, they actually were like, we're in this. This is part of being here, and we like it here. So it's going to be interesting. But I do feel good energy going into tonight that you wouldn't feel otherwise.
When the storm was at its worst, were you communicating with players at that point? Or what was it like? Just wondering how everybody's doing during that, when the winds were at their height, and obviously we had a blizzard condition for 36 hours or whatnot.
Yeah, we were through. I wasn't communicating with every player, but I was with some, and with the coaching staff, and with Kevin and management. And as we talked from the coaching side, we were connected to, branched out to different players that were within the area they lived, or a community, and we obviously knew what guys were traveling home, and we knew that they got out of town safe or were in the process of getting out of town. So yes, we were tracking all of that, and in continual conversations. We had some guys that stayed in the home without some heat or electricity or power, I should say, and then some guys actually moved into hotels from there as well. So, and coaches in the same situation too. So.
Were you here Friday morning and you left?
No, I stayed here the entire time. So I watched it come in, and this is, so I was here the entire time and lived it.
I mean, like the rink.
No, it's not at the rink, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm at the rink enough, Bill.
So what was it like? From your watching it come in, I know where you live.
It was, to me, I've talked to people, family members, and it felt like you were on a mountaintop. I mean, I don't know what that would feel like. You see it in the movies with the wind and the snow, and that's what it felt like. You walked outside for a minute or two, and that was it. And you felt like you were on a mountaintop. So I can't imagine, first responders and people that had to deal with it.
Have you ever experienced a storm like this at all?
No. And you imagine storms like this. I mean, you see, again, portrayed on television and movies, but no, you feel very small compared to nature when you walk outside into something like that. And it was the interesting thing for me is it seems like the weather, 20 years ago, the weathermen used to take more of a pounding of, it was harder to predict, and it seems like these things have been predicted days out, and they've been accurate. I mean, this storm was talked about 3 days before it came in, and it seemed like it came in right on time, and it was with the intensity that was projected, and so that was the warnings seemed to be there. That's my perception anyway.
Tom, with what you saw this morning from Power and Bryson, are they going to be able to play tonight?
They are. We're going to plan. I just had a quick conversation, so we're going to move on that, and they're welcomed back. So it'd be nice to have a more stabilized lineup on the back end, and hopefully take a few more minutes away from Darlene and Samuelson, who I've been concerned with overusing. But the positions we were in to win games, we obviously had to shift into win mode with the last few games, and they played more minutes than I would have liked as a coach.
With not practicing, do you have to be even more careful tonight with Darlene and Samuelson with their minutes, just because they haven't played since the 19th and they haven't practiced?
Yeah, there's definitely, you're definitely going to watch that going into the game, and then you're going to get your read during the game. How do they feel? How's their energy level, shift to shift, in between shifts, their recovery rates, how taxing is the game itself. So Detroit played last night. That's an advantage in some sense, because you come off a break and now they're getting game rhythm and have that game under the belt. But they also played last night from the fatigue side of it too. So you don't really know how, that could factor in either positive or negative or both in some senses, and you're just going to try to read and react fast as you can in the game tonight while you're watching your guys as well.
Fitzgerald and Pilot are the extras on D.
Yes. Yep.
What kinds of challenges do the Wings present generally speaking?
Lots of challenges. They're, as evident of last night, they don't go away. that one, they can believe they can win in any situation. They were down 4-0 last night, come back and win 5-4 in Pittsburgh. So they can score. They play hard. They can play fast. They can also tighten it up. So they're a team definitely trending up, and enough skill and talent over there, and energy. And obviously you come back from 4 straight, you're energized, and you're playing with passion. So very good hockey team and capable hockey team.